Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Belak, and today I am coding or vibe coding. I'm certainly at the point now where I don't think we can call it vibe coding anymore. Systematically using AI to code, I think that's a better way of putting it because it's not vibes. It is a vibe, but there's a lot of work and effort put into the architecture and design, and I've been working on this now for 6 months. Um, so essentially, what I'm doing today is I am doing uh, uh, the object placement in game. So part of what I'm building is so the game is a 2D MMO survival, similar to Rust, similar to DayZ, but I also use uh, the same scaling structure as old school RuneScape. I think my laptop battery is expanding. I probably need a new laptop at some point. I use the old school RuneScape skill structure, where it's basically 99 levels for each skill. And then from that, I'm going to create my own skill tree for that. But basically, initially, I was going to make an RPG, and I like the idea of an RPG, but at the same time, it's actually a lot of work to do the narrative. Um, Whereas I can focus more on the mechanics and architecture and design, have my artist build the game, and then put those two things together. So, later on, we have opportunity to remake the game as an RPG, um, and an RPG MMO. But for now, the easiest option is to just remove NPCs and quests, and just create a world where you come in at level zero, you level up your skills, you craft weapons, you craft base, you fight each other. It's full PvP, similar to Rust and all that sort of stuff. It's the first 2D survival game like this, so we'll see how it goes. Uh, so today I am working on the building and creating items to build in the game. So I've just passed all of my builds for my game client, my engine, my chunk server, and my skiller. And essentially, we're ready to start testing. So the first thing I need to do is import a new item into the game. So if I do npm run dev on my engine, I also need to update my server, chunk server, and my skiller. I'm definitely going in blind. I haven't tested any of these services yet that we just implemented, and there was a lot. So essentially, what I did to start off with is I had um, Cursor review my entire directory and project and build an overview of what we're trying to do, the player building system. I did tell it I wanted to use 3 layers. We have our chunk layer, we have the object layer that I create, which is permanent, and then we have the player layer. And player layer is basically people placing items, getting items destroyed, objects, walls, building, all that sort of stuff. Chests, crafting tables, pretty standard stuff. So that's the layer we're going to focus on. Although, because I created these 3 new layers, we also need to make sure that we are ready to use it. Um, Guarantee you the engine has not been updated properly. So we'll see how that works. I will move it into the main screen. But once I had the overview done, we then created essentially a task list for everything that we needed. We had to update our database, update the APIs across all of the services, and then go ahead and update the chunk server, the game client, and the engine. We made it monitor its updates with a checklist, and everything is complete except for the testing. And then it also gave a summary on all the work that it did. So this will be important if we need to create a new context window. The AI can be like, okay, I've read all of that. This is what you're up to, and this is what we need to do. But let's go ahead and try and add. Uh, I'm going to inventory, I think. No, inventory makes items. So we should go to our skiller and from our, no, asset browser. That's interesting. There's definitely an issue with being on the skiller and trying to navigate back using this. I'll need to fix that. Um, so let me just make sure I've exported this correctly. So I'm just going to add a chest. Simple little sprite. Yes. So upload files, chest, 1 of 1. We have the chest sprite, which is now uploaded. We can go to skiller and we can click on the chest. And what if we go add interaction? Um, I don't know where it made the changes. I'm not going to lie. So I just need to figure that out first. So not there. Okay, let's ask. Okay, so we should have added the new uh, requirements for our items, right? So where in the engine do I edit these items? It's ideally we just do it on the skiller tab. That wouldn't make sense to make a whole new tab for it, but I can see that there's nothing here, so it's likely rebuilt and in its entire section. I did put on ask. The inventory manager. Inventory tab. Okay, that makes sense. So let's go with chest. Let's call it oak chest because I will be making it craftable. uh, oak chest, a storage chest made from oak logs. My laptop is suffering, unfortunately. Great. So now we have equipment, common, and now we're just going to upload. Actually, we're not uploading. We can just choose the sprites. We should have that, right? Yeah. Chest, chest, chest. Okay, so max stack size. Do we want to stack these? Yeah, let's do that. And let's just go 99. And we do is craftable. Um, do storage, but that doesn't make sense because I've got building and crafting. And I think most of that stuff should fit into these two. Let's do crafting. Snap to grid, grid size 32, 64. Wait, no, it's 32, my bad. We're not going to do rotation. Save item. Okay, I added a new item in the crafting category, which is a chest. And saved it. Now, are we ready to go into our game client to test it, or are we missing something else? It's certainly complicated because, just having the item and placing it is one thing, but I also want this to be craftable with the logs that we have. And so I also need to set up the craft recipe, which I haven't done or tested yet. So I think what I'll do first is just focus on this. Um, okay. Or you create a simple crafting menu that I can open in game using hotkey C. And then from that menu, we can select the item to craft it into our inventory. We already have crafting settings in the. I actually need to write down what it wants there. Oak log. Uh, quantity. Four. So if I copy this And paste that in there. Let's make sure that's correct. That's what it said on there. So what I'm going to do is simply see how much effort is involved to upgrade the crafting system as well. It's just going to write me a file or like tell me. And if it's something that we can do fast, then we'll go and do it. If it's not, then we will simply just put the item into my player's inventory with a command or some shit like that. So I've asked it to do a review because we have previously added stuff before, and I just need to make sure um, that it works. Okay. So let's have a read. What's already implemented? The item definitions is done and done. The recipe format is correct. The engine editor is there. Backend infrastructure, client UI infrastructure. Um, okay. What's missing? Crafting API endpoints, crafting menu component, hotkey, client-side crafting service, game UI. Okay, so I would say most of what we need is complete. So let's go ahead and go, please go ahead and implement that solution so that our crafting works. Also, no need for a fancy UI. Let's just display the items, the requirements to craft it, and the button to make it happen. We can worry about UI later. Mechanics is important. It says 4 to 6 hours, but that's stupid. Now, I want to use Composer, but I've been burning through a lot of Gmail accounts, and I'm just going to wait maybe a month before I start smashing Composer again. So we have the oak log. Oh, the item ID is actually different. So I need to, I didn't save it. Well, that's good. So just do that and save. There's no response on whether it saves or not. So the saving is not working. What if I Whoa. Something's going wrong. Backends. Skiller. Okay. Skiller again. What should I do? I think I should just, because I don't want to wait. So I've got this saved correctly. It's Control C. So I'm pretty sure that I cannot edit an item yet. That API is not working. So I'm going to delete it and just make a new one. We're not going to put an underscore because we haven't done that with the oak log. Okay. It's not an equipment, but I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Okay. So I had to delete the old one, remade a new one, and it should now save the craft recipe. Ah, it was always this. That was the problem. We'll have to fix that later. We can actually do this when creating. So while I'm going to be here and fixing it, I'm going to change it so that we don't have to use a JSON for the recipe, and we can just select it, because why would I put in any hard work at all when I can make it super easy? Okay. Let's go ahead and test our game while we are waiting. So no items are saved into the crafting menu yet because we need this to fix. Once that's fixed, we can save it in and then hopefully craft it. Yes, please.
How hungry do you?
I'm semi-hungry. Semi-hungry.
I mean, like 1 to 10.
7.
Okay, so let me make a 10.
Why? Okay. Are you eating now?
Later. Why? Why?
Don't know.
If you're eating now, I'll let you go. Finish it.
Yeah, I always finish your soup, baby.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can eat now.
Oh, I added some sound effects as well. They're a bit loud. Okay, crafting menu. Nice. We cannot craft it though because it's not set up. I don't even know why that's there because I didn't save it unless me deleting it before didn't actually delete it, which is highly likely. At least I got lots of wood. Ugh. 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 Getting this inventory right is really difficult. I think I need to use Socket.io. So this is so broken. Something's happening. I don't think that exists. And this is just duplicating items. What the fuck? the inventory system definitely has a lot of problems. And even if I were to fix that particular problem, there's still so many more. I just need to figure out the best way forward. Okay. Item ID is oak chest. Ah, thank you, my love. Chicken soup. Oak chest. Paste in the previous description. Storage chest made from oak logs. Material, we'll do equipment that needs to be updated to object. Add the sprites. Add the sprites. Add the sprites. Just to 99. Add ingredients. Oak log 4. Need to fix that. Cool. Is placeable. Crafting. Snap to grid 32. Save. Okay, so that now saved. Let's refresh. I need to make a protein tracker app so I can track how much protein I'm having every day because my recovery is slow and I don't think I'm having enough. At least I can do that and then just add it in as I go. And then before bed, it can send me an alert to say, eat some protein. Maybe eat some beef jerky. Fucking love beef jerky. All right, so we have this. Let's just check our inventory. Still broken. Yeah, super broken. That is just nightmare. Okay. Chest. Craft. Fuck. Um, get the log. Obviously, you can see the oak logs I have. Let's put in what? Not there. That is a different one. I haven't even had a bite. Delicious. Uh, I need to undo all of that because I never actually updated my services after the first update. It's absolutely possible that it works. I just forgot a step. So I'm going to railway up. And same for our chunk server, though I don't think chunk server is required. Once that redeploys, we okay. That's all redeployed. All sorts of errors coming up. It definitely did not load the game properly. Okay. So the same issue is there. Let's just go back and reapply those changes. My game's never failed to load like this before, so I believe it's from um, just my computer being really slow. I miss my PC so much. So this time Space Player sword, not that. Yeah, completely breaks. How interesting is that? Before it updated like 3 different places, and this time it did one simple update. because I didn't have my cause origin set for. I've only got it set for 3000, not 3001. Let's see what happens anyway. I think that's why we're getting all those errors before. Yeah, I think I need to turn off my engine and redo this on 3000. Okay. Let's do that. Start again. I think it's going to work, but again, we've only allowed for 3000 in our server, so there's all sorts of different issues there. It could be that it's not correctly getting the item from our inventory because it's being blocked by cause. So we are going to take a look at it. This is concerning. See? Craft. Hey. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So what I'll do is, because I have both of these open, I can go here and set that up. I can also open this. I don't know why all my items has disappeared. My logs. So press that. That did not work. Let's actually copy all these logs because there's issues at the start that we may need to fix. Copy those logs, paste it into here. Review all logs. Now, one thing we don't have for this item is I don't think we've added collision. So we'll have to have a look at that as well. Actually, I can do that in my collision manager. Delicious, my love. Finished. Thank you so much. It's my favorite.
Too salty.
No, it was perfect. So I have my asset manager where I can select the object and I can just um, set it up so that I can do collision. I don't like how that looks, but I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I don't even think collision will work because we never spoke about it when we were scoping this out. Okay, so include player ID in the placement request, get the Subase session token. So it fixed all the other errors that we were seeing before. Refresh. Okay. So what's crazy is that we lost word. Oh, actually, no, we changed character. I was using black sword. Now I'm using baby. Oh, look, it placed. Not in the right spot, but it worked. I need to refresh because the tick server just reset. I love seeing the objects still there. Okay. Uh, so right now, our problem is that I think my computer is a bit overloaded. So let's close off as many tabs as possible. And Figma definitely consumes too much. I miss my PC. First time I spent so much money on an actual PC, and I got deported from the country I was living in. Wait for it all to load. It's also not in real time, so I have to refresh the game client to see the object placed on the ground. Please review this process and assist with the fixes. But I got to say, from this is cool. I mean, our chests are obviously way too big, um, but the collision data has worked. Uh, Not entirely, but it's pretty close. And it's placed on the screen. It's not in the correct coordinates, so we need to fix that. We need to make the chest smaller, but like we are now creating items in our engine and crafting them and placing them on our map, which is live real time multiplayer. Let's actually check its multiplayer. So if we log in as a different character, of which I have a lot of, uh, I entered the password incorrectly. Be like, yeah, look at that. Very cool. Very, 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 very cool. The Z index is a bit messed up there, but that's fixable. Yeah, I am super psyched that we've been able to do this. Wow. I have been nervous and scared of implementing a complex system like this. The system itself is not complex, but because so many services um, require changes, it means that something could have gone wrong. And the fact is that these are minor bugs that we're seeing right now, and it's working. Multiplayer collision, it's all there. Is really really cool. Um, So we definitely need to upgrade this crafting menu. And then we also want to make sure the chest is usable. So I'll create another inventory system for storage. I'm going to take a screenshot. Actually, I'm not. Um, I'll wait until it's a bit more cleaner, and then I'll take a screenshot and post it on X. When does Hightail get released? January 13. Hightail price. Oof. Oh, $20 for the standard edition. That's not bad. Yes, I mean, no one's going to play Hightail. Okay. So it's apparently done a bunch of changes. Let's just make sure we don't need to update. Okay, we only need to update our game client. So let's stay as Bilaxor because I got lots of wood. Log in. Okay. So yeah, likely these are going to stay there. I feel like it's I have plenty of wood. Let's get some more. Hey, yeah. Okay. So I'm guessing this is our skiller. Yes. Railway up. While we're here, let's go ahead and add this to Git. Item placement in game. push that. Yeah, it's definitely that account. Ooh. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? What about storage for our chest? Or maybe we could fine tune. Jeez, imagine paying $50 a month to be in someone's Discord. That's so fucked. This guy's full of shit. I'm gonna stop following him. Yeah, don't care. All right, I think that's it for today. Basically, I successfully implemented both crafting and I implemented objects being placed in the world. Uh, this is a big thing and a big deal. Obviously, there's still a lot more to go. We need to have interactions, animations for those objects. We need 100,000 more objects to be placed. We need to be able to break it. So they need to have a durability or a health bar. And then they need to be interactable either with E or with punching or attack. So there's a lot of different things that I have to include for it to be something playable. And I got to think about things like what if people just build chests around every single tree in the game? That'd be super annoying. So I don't think I'm going to take that away. Actually, I think I'm just going to let them do it. Because they could barricade a section of the map off and just take full control over it. It might take a while for people to get in. Maybe I could set up some defenses. We can have turrets because we're going to have minerals and ore. We'll have metal. All these sorts of things that we could do. So that's pretty exciting. Mostly now, like we're getting to a point where it's just using our imagination and building and adding things as we go. So yeah, for now, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to freshen up. I'm going to maybe have a siesta, and then I'm going to come back and I want to build a new Android application to where I can count my protein intake. So I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to get that done today and just put it on my app so I know how much protein I'm having every day. Maybe even do a search or look up, include a little bit of AI in there so that I can just take photos of things or just type in eggs and it can do a search or whatever and add that in. Um, and then I don't have to I don't have to speak to ChatGPT every day to understand how much I've had because I'm at the gym a lot at the moment and I need to make sure I'm eating enough protein so I can get good recovery because I'm really sore. My shoulders, my arms are all hurting. And I don't want to hurt too much. So anyway, I'm going to go do that. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Again, I'll try and be back in again in 2 days. Um, I'll have a bunch of stuff done since then and just continue working. We've got 6 weeks until the hackathon finishes for Play Solana. And honestly, again, this is just art. So once the art's done, we'll have a really working game ready to go and we'll be alpha testing and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. Take care.